So here's 10 things you can do to get more stuff done and to be more effective. Whatever you do right now, there's a lot of effort that we can put into things, and a lot of people are working hard when actually we should be working smart. So how I've created multi-million-pound businesses and operating all these different businesses and investing in all these different companies and flying around the world, how do I become effective in the things that I do? Because if you have like a tug of war and you've got one person here, that's power 1-to-1. But if you have two people over here and one person over here, it's not 2-to-1, it's actually 10-to-1. So that's about being effective. So the first thing I always think about is you're going to get really clear in what you want. Most people, when you ask them, what do you want? They actually don't know what they want. So my question to all of you is, what do you want? You hear me saying this a lot, and a lot of my team say this to me, and you have to ask yourself on a regular basis. You can't just, decide it once, because those wants and desires, they change all the time. For example, when I first started in business, all I wanted was to make more money. Then when I made money, what I want to do, I want to make more impact, right? When you make more impact, what you want to do, you want to leave legacy. It always changes. So it's so important that you actually ask yourself the question over and over again of what is it that you want. The second thing is you want to prioritize the things that you do. Why? Because time is finite. Every second that goes is gone forever. So one of the things you got to start focusing on is, how do you actually create things in a way that are prioritizing the things that you do? So for me, I write down all the things I love to do versus all the things I hate doing. And you know what I do? I always make sure that I'm focusing on the top 3 tasks every single day. So for me is, I want to meet a lot of people. I want to impact more people, and I want to find collaboration where we can work together so it becomes a win-win. Every time I'm prioritizing something, everything I do does get me closer to that. If the answer is no, I will not do it, right? You only have so many hours in a day. So make sure that you're using it wisely. The third thing is you want to create a routine. So what do we mean by routine? For example, in my first goal is I want to impact more people. What do? I create a lot of content, right? I post a lot of things on social media. That's why a lot of you see my new John Lee Success channel. I'm creating all these different things because I want more distribution to be able to reach more people, to impact more people. And by the way, if you love the content, do me a favor and share it with other people as well. But you got to create a routine around it, right? And so that means scheduling every single day to do this. Or what I found is easier is batch creating things. So whatever you want to do, you can actually batch create the things that you want to do. So for example, if I say to all of you right now, what are 3 things that you can do when you get up in the morning? You will know what they are. You will see what they are. And you'll be able to implement it straight away. There's a lot of people, they don't implement because they don't know what to do, and it's basically stopping them from creating success. So you think about creating the routine, and if you can kind of do it with something else, it works even better. So for example, I want to network and do more collaboration. So if I go out and I'm networking with people and they just happen to be my friends and we're having a good time, but also we're talking about different collaborations as well, even better. You get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The fourth thing, and this is a big one, eliminating distractions. For some people, it's going out with the friends. For some people, it's certain friends that come around. It could be family members. For some people, it could be Netflix, just sitting and watching TV for a long time. Like, you know what your distractions are. In fact, you know what I want you to do? I want you to be honest here. I want you to write down, what are your top 3 distractions or things that suck up a lot of your time, right? And if you calculate how much time you're spending on that versus what you're doing, you'll see there's a massive hole that can be filled with the things that you want. In fact, these 3 things could be the things that's stopping you from getting what that goal is. So that's super important. And when I'm looking about eliminating distractions, now you're not going to be able to do it completely. Right? For some of you live to go out and you love to, have a drink with your friends. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's knowing where you're putting the time. And again, if you can couple it in with what you're doing, even better. The 5th thing is using time management. So for me, one of the best things that I do that allow me to get things done quicker is I batch create or time block things. Right? You've heard this a million times, but do you actually do it? Because it's really hard to stay consistent, isn't it? Like, there's always challenges getting in the way. There's always things that come in the way that stop you from proceeding. That's okay. But when you time block things, from this day to this day, you're doing this. And from this day to this day, you're doing this. That way, you don't have to keep thinking about what to do. So you go, John, that's really hard to do if I've got a bit of this, bit of this, bit of this. That's why you need to block it in your calendar. So for example, on Mondays, I'll always, dedicate the first half of the day for filming, for example. Right? And I'll get a lot of my filming done in one day. So then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I don't have to focus on that, right? That's one thing that's gone out of my head, which clears the air for the things I want to do afterwards. So time blocking is probably one of the best things I can give to you. And some people, well, John, what if I work in a job? Well, you can time block a morning session. You can time block a afternoon session, or, when you get home from work, you can put things in place. I'm sure, yes, I know a lot of you are families. I'm a father as well. So sometimes how if you're doing school runs and things like that, I get that. So you have to find a way to couple it. Like if you have a partner, you say, okay, well, on this day I'm going to do this, or can you do that? So you start to manage that time better. Another one I think is really important, delegating the tasks. So it's so affordable now to be able to hire people to be your PA, to hire people to do the things for you that you don't want to do. I don't like doing the washing up. I don't like washing clothes. So I outsource that to someone, and they just take my whole laundry, they fold it all, they bring it back, and it's done. And they put it in the dressing room. That's why I think for all of you right now, it's really making sure that you are constantly focusing on the things that you're not really good at, or you don't want to do, or you don't have time to do. Because here's the thing, here's a dilemma. I do it myself, I save money, but if I hire someone else, it's going to cost me money, but then it saves you time. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what's more important to you, your money or your time, or both? That's why I say never do $10 jobs. So if you calculate the task that you're doing, if you can pay someone else to do that for cheaper, pay them. If I got to go out and wash my car, it might take me 2-3 hours to wash all my cars, right? But if I just get someone in to do it, I can spend that time on a phone. Okay, if I got free time, I'll do it. But if I've got to have a meeting, or if I want to do an event or do a keynote, whatever it is, then it's going to save that time. So make sure you start delegating as well. This is something I've come to realize recently as well, is take regular breaks, right? You say, well, John, are you contradicting yourself? Like you're saying, do this. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you work hard, right, you also need time to recharge. So we always recharge our phone. Right? Why do we not recharge ourselves? So you have to write down all the things that recharge you. If one of the things that recharges you is watching Netflix, then have that in there. If one of the things that recharge you is, going for a walk, do that, or going to the gym, then do that. So you have to make sure that when you're taking these regular breaks, it refreshes the mind so you can start thinking about other things as well, which I think is really important. And the next one is just staying organized. Again, as an entrepreneur, I am always in this mindset of get things done quick, fast, done. It's not always the best way. You see, 5 minutes of planning, or even 10 minutes of planning here, can save you hours. So that's why you have to have a process. So for example, when I create my content, I always write down the things that I want to do, like a topic I want to talk about, and then I'll just kind of talk about it. Then I'll list them out. So the format for this is me doing that. But if I had to just turn the camera and just talk about stuff, I can do that, and I have done that in the past, but it's just a lot more organized. It's the thought process is running, it's just a lot more clear. So staying organized and just taking strategic thinking time, 15, 20 minutes a day of nothing. You open your pad or your book or your phone and just type out what you're going to do next. And when you do that, watch what happens. It just changes everything. You're like, because now you know what to do. And there's also, I'm actually using an app, and this app's pretty cool. It's called Working Hours, right? So for example, I have one going now, and I'm tracking how long it's taking me to do this, so that I can know a task that tells me how much time I need to put into it. So if I'm out, I'm like, okay, this task is taking me this long, and that's how long it takes. So then I can organize, and I can stay organized doing that. And the next thing is you got to really make sure that you do continuous learning, right? So for example, I never knew that app existed. It was a friend that told me about this. Like, oh my God, like, do you know there's an app that can just press a button when you start doing something and you stop it? Because then you can work out how long things take you. Then you can use the $10 job scenario. Well, hold on a second, I'm doing that, but I can pay someone this much money to do it. And this week I spent 4 hours doing that, but actually most 4 hours are worth this to me. My hourly rate is this. And so if I just pay this person this, then it saves that money. So it saves the money in the long run because I'm paying that person money, I'm spending money, but those 4 extra hours, I get that back. And isn't that what life is about? It's to really start enjoying your time. And I think it's really important. And by the way, if you love this, make sure you like this and subscribe to this channel, because I'll be uploading more videos like this. And if you know anyone who is really unorganized, who really wants to be more effective, they want to achieve more in life, do me a favor, copy the link and share it to them, right? And also, if any of you would love to learn more about business, entrepreneurship, investing, I run a lot of virtual summits. I'll put a link below this. It's free for my community. As long as you're a subscriber, it's free for you to attend that virtual summit as well. So it's my gift to all of you. All we ask is you invite one person to come with you and you share it with them. And I'll link a video at the end of this as well that can really help you do that in a lot more detail. The last one, this is important. You got to practice self-care. There's a lot of times where I just go to London by myself. I don't have to call friends. I don't have to, have a meeting. I just go by myself. Go and get a head massage, go to the spa. You don't have to always have people around you. Sometimes it's just going to dinner by yourself, or regularly go to the cinema by myself, because I don't want to, first of all, bother a lot of my friends who are very busy, and I just want to take that time out for myself. That is my kind of recharge time. But self-care, sleep, diet, right? Make sure you're getting your right supplements in, right? This is why I have a health optimization coach. If you guys have heard of a company called Healthspan or Lifespan, you go and check them out. They're amazing. I mean, if anyone's based out in Dubai, they've got an incredible facility there. I went there to do all this blood work, they do all this body, this AI imaging. It can take a picture of your face and tells you what potential diseases or the markers and things like that that you could get. It's just amazing. So self-care, your mental health is so important, because how you think determines what you'll do. What you'll do determines where you're going to be in the future, and where you're going to be in the future is all down to the actions that you take. But if you don't feel like taking those actions in the first place, guess what? It's not going to happen. So you got to make sure that you are always persisting forward to do that. So if you got any questions, leave a comment below. Other than that, check out this video here.